Lemon pasta is one of the things I make every year around New Year's because I'm obsessed with lemons and they hold so much symbolism to me. Lemons are sour, they're tart, they're acidic, and they can transform any dish to something super delicious. The juice, as well as the zest, brightens up almost anything from marinades, salads, dressings, ravioli fillings. So I say when life gives you lemons, make spaghetti al limone. Today it's not just regular spaghetti, but spaghetti alla chitarra. This pasta has such a nice texture and bite because of the semolina flour used to make it. It's one of my favorite pastas to eat and to make. Why? Because of this beautiful texture, and it's kind of fun to make as you roll it over this box, which is called a chitarra. A chitarra means guitar, and it's a box with strings on both sides. One side has them closer together for a thinner spaghetti, and the other side has the strings further apart for a thicker spaghetti. This shape is from Abruzzo, as well as parts of Molise and Lazio. I made one portion of dough with 100 grams of semola and one egg. After combining it with the fork on my work table, I kneaded the dough until it was smooth and let it rest covered for about 30 minutes. Once it was rested, I used my Mercato pasta machine to roll out the dough. This sheet should be slightly thicker than other hand-rolled pastas, so I rolled it to number 4 on my pasta machine. Then you take the sheet and roll it over the chitarra. I don't flour the side of the sheet that is facing the strings. I flour the top side, which I'm going to put the rolling pin on. I use a small rolling pin and press in the center and go back and forth until the pasta cuts through the strings and falls through. At some point, I switched to using my fingers to help release the spaghetti strands. My chitarra definitely needs some fine tuning to tighten some of the strings, but I still have so much fun rolling this pasta and make different sauces with it. I think it tastes amazing with this lemony sauce. Aside from the pasta, all you need is lemon, some butter. I added saffron because I was feeling luxurious today, and it pairs so nicely with lemon, but I've always made it with just lemon and some grated cheese. Most of these are ingredients I always have on hand on the 1st of January when most stores in Florence are closed. So it's like a pantry pasta that is quickly thrown together. The first step is to have the pasta water boiling and ready to go since it's a quick sauce. Then add the juice of half a lemon, the zest of a whole lemon, 25 grams or 2 tablespoons of butter, and turn on the heat to medium, and you heat the butter until it melts. This combines the flavors and also mellows out the acidity of the lemon juice. While the butter is melting, I add a pinch of saffron to a small bowl and about a tablespoon or 2 of water to bloom the saffron. Once the butter has melted, I add the saffron water to the butter. I stir to combine the flavors and shut off the heat. By now the water should be boiling, so I season it to taste with salt. I season it like soup, not the sea. If you're seasoning pasta cooking water like the sea, that means it's way too salty. I'm adding the spaghetti alla chitarra, and it takes about 3 minutes. When the pasta is cooked, I drain it and you reserve pasta cooking water. I use this colander inserted in the pot for pasta. If you don't have this, reserve about 1.5 cups of water before draining your pasta. I add the drained pasta to the pan with the lemon-saffron mixture. I stir it to combine, and I add an additional tablespoon of butter. I keep stirring until the butter melts. I add a splash of pasta cooking water, stir, and a handful of grated cheese. Once the grated cheese melts, I add another splash of pasta cooking water, another handful of cheese, and keep alternating between pasta cooking water and grated cheese until I've added all the cheese that I want. I finish with tons of cracked white pepper and enjoy. I hope you like this video. Let me know what pasta shape you want to see next.